You mentioned that the president is taking questions on this. Again, respectfully, he hasn't. He did take a question where he said he condemns those who don't understand what's going on with the Palestinians. I know you've been asked about that, but since you brought up Charlottesville, what do you say to those critics who say that he is trying to have it both ways, that he's essentially, trying to talk about both anti-Semitism and what's going on with the Palestinians?
I would say to those critics is no, he's not doing a both sides scenario here. When you think about Charlottesville, you think about the vile anti-Semitism that we heard on the streets of Charlottesville, right here in Virginia, right, not far from here. The president and many of us wanted to make sure that was called out. Somebody died. A young woman lost her life. And when the president saw that, it put him in a situation, or he believed it was the right thing to speak against that. He wrote an op-ed that was in the Atlantic because about that. He decided to run because of what he saw in Charlottesville. And that was just vile, nasty rhetoric. And you had, former president talk about both sides. There was no both sides here. None. Absolutely none. As it relates to the Palestinians, he was talking about the a dire humanitarian situation that we're currently seeing. I just mentioned Secretary Blinken is going to be talking about the humanitarian aid that we are trying to get into Gaza for the people of Gaza. We're trying to get this hostage deal done so that we can get hostages home and create an environment to get humanitarian aid that would lead, also the hostage deal would lead to a ceasefire. Those things are not the same. They are just not the same, fundamentally not the same. And it is in bad faith. It is in bad faith to say that.